I am really tired, guys. Really fucking tired. I just want to warn you, if my eyes water, if there's tears coming out of my eyes, guys, it's not because I'm crying. I'm not crying or anything. I'm just really tired, and my eyes water when I'm really tired because I didn't get any sleep last night. Yeah, I knew it. I never get sleep on the night before the first day, and I knew I wouldn't get sleep last night. I didn't get any sleep, and today was the first day of fucking school, and let me tell you, it sucked. I knew it would suck. It was even worse than last year. Somewhat. It sucked this year. Even last year was, on the first day, was better. Oh my god. But fucking, I'm pissed off. I'm gonna tell you what happened today. It was my first day of school. It was shitty, and here's the story. Okay, so it all starts when I get on the bus. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as last year on the bus. Last year, remember I told you in the video I made on my first day of school last year when I first got on the bus, it was horrible. There were way too many freshmen. Another bus had to come, and we couldn't get to school until the other bus came. And this girl kept complaining. That was last year. This year, there weren't that many freshmen, even though there were still a lot of fucking freshmen and shit. And I did a rant on the school bus and shit, why I hate sitting on the bus and shit. I hate when people sit next to me, especially two people. I hate when having to sit in seats of three. That is the worst because I'm fucking squished. And so, when I get on the bus, this Arab girl sits next to me. She sits next to me and shit. And then we go to another stop. It's already packed. And this one freshman girl has nowhere to sit, and for some reason, the person who was sitting next to me offered. Thank you. Now I had to be fucking squished. I was so fucking uncomfortable and squished so bad on the bus. Oh my god. And she was fucking loud too, like talking all loud, like she was talking to that freshman girl who she let sit down next to us and make me squished. And she was also talking to other people, like, behind us and on the seat next to us. It's like, fucking shut up! I didn't get any sleep. I'm really tired. I'm not in the mood for hearing you talk. It was so fucking unbelievably loud on the bus. Oh, God, it fucking sucked. And then, finally got to school. I was looking for my locker. I had trouble looking for my locker. I couldn't even look for my locker. It took me forever. I mean, I found my locker, but I remember looking for my locker and shit. I was looking like all around the building, the same places for 20 minutes. And then I realized I forgot a spot of the building that I looked at, and it's usually a spot that would be easy to find. And it was right, and I found it. Oh. It's like, why didn't I look there? Duh! Fuck. And then I go to my fucking... Then we just wait in the hallways. I just talk... Some friends hang out a little, talking about our schedules. Luckily, I have a couple classes with some of my friends in it. The rest, oh god, it's horrible. None of them in it, but... Alright, we're gonna start with first class and shit. Which is... I got my schedule in my... Where is my schedule? Is it in here? Yeah, here it is. The first class is fucking Graphic Arts 3 and shit. The teacher I have for that class, I had the same exact teacher last year for that digital multimedia class. The one where we had to use that Flash animation software, which I did a rant on that software. I have him again, first hour, and it wasn't all that bad and shit. I mean, it was boring and shit. I was really tired and shit. I'm like standing there. We're just like sitting there. We had to play this. He makes us play this game though. I did not want to play. We had to play the same exact game last year in the digital multimedia class. We had, instead of, he had to assign us seats, but instead of him finding the seats for us, he makes us find the seats. He's like, alright, you cannot talk, you have to look at people's IDs and see their last names, and see where you go. A's would be on this side of the classroom, Z's would be on this side. So, you have to find where you sit. It's like, fucking, I'm not good at that. Fucking, I don't want to look at people's IDs and shit. I just want to sit down already. I don't want to play that stupid game. But yeah, we had to do that. And then we just do stupid instructions and shit. And when I go on the school website and shit, usually I have the same ID number and password. Now when I log in, we still have the same ID number, but they changed our password and shit. It's like, why did you do that? Let us keep the same password. Now I gotta remember this one. Sometimes it's harder for me. I have to keep, every time I would log in, I would have to keep taking my fucking handbook out, which I wrote the code on. It was a pain in the ass. But we went to this classroom and logged in. We had to write email him, a test email, and he actually said this. I remember when we were playing that game, he says if we find our seats correctly and get it all right, he won't give us homework. If we do bad, he'll give us homework, and we did bad. So he says he's giving us homework, but he says if everybody emails him, no homework again. So we all emailed him, which luckily we have no homework and shit, which is stupid. And I remember I was sitting in this spot and shit. I wanted to sit there, but this stupid piece of shit faggot sat down in a spot, and then his friend obviously wanted to sit where I sat. He's like, could you move over? It's like, dude, I was here first. No. But I got up anyway. I don't know why. I should have been a dick. I don't know. But yeah, that's the first class. Second hour was horrible. I mean, oh god, that class is horrible. It's ceramics and shit. We had to play the name game in that class. Like, well, some name games are different. I don't know. The name game we played, she made everybody get a chair. We had to make a circle around the whole classroom with the seats and shit. Like, I'll show you. Like, one seat there, 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 one seat there. There'd be one less seat. One person would have to stand and introduce themselves. So everybody would sit. The teacher would start off. I am Mrs. Teacher, and I woke up this morning to come to school. Now, if whoever woke up this morning to come to school, you must get up and try to find a seat. One person will not get, the person who does not get a seat, the person who's left to stand is the next person up that has to introduce themselves and say their name and, you know, what they like or what they did. And so then I remember I had to do it. I remember I had to race for a seat and everybody beat me and I was the last one standing. I was like, oh god. So I had to stand, introduce myself. My name is Stevie Shelton. I like hockey. And then the teacher's like, does anybody else like hockey? And no one else liked hockey. Fucking stupid. Hockey's awesome.
Simply smarter shopping.
And since nobody liked hockey, I had to do it again. I had to introduce myself again and ask another question. I wasn't even thinking. I probably had a lot more questions if I wasn't that tired. But I was really tired. I couldn't think of anything. And she's like, okay, ask another question. So I did, and then luckily people, you know, and then I got to sit down again. And then this girl once was like, I am Ricky Crown, and I wear glasses. And the teacher's like, alright, anybody who wears glasses, stand up and try to find a seat. And then everybody beat me, I had to stand. And I was like, I'm Stevie Shelton. Like, why do I already introduced myself? Why do I gotta introduce myself again? And I'm like, I'm Stevie Shelton and I want to move to Canada. And the teacher's like, anybody who wants to move to Canada? And nobody wanted to move to Canada. So I had to answer another question. I don't know what that other question was, but I got to sit down after that. And we had to keep doing it. I don't want to do the name game. I don't want to speak in public. I wasn't in the mood. I'm lightheaded, tired. I don't want to do that shit. But yeah, we had to play the stupid name game and shit. It was embarrassing. Luckily, it wasn't the one where we had to say people's names. Like, I remember in my sophomore year in my history class, we had to play the name game where, like, one person in the entire class would have to stand up in front of the whole class and I would literally have to say everybody's name in the class. I hated that. I don't want to say people's names and shit. I don't want to say their names. Some names I mispronounce and it's embarrassing and people laugh at me. God. But it was still horrible. Other than that, that's all we did. And then my third hour class, what did we do third hour? That was fucking literature, world literature, the class that we always read boring ass stories and I always do bad in. Basically what we did, she kept talking and she kept yip yapping. Yip yap, yip yap, yip yapping. About shit nobody cares for. He was talking about college and shit, like, you guys are seniors now, okay, so you guys gotta know what you gotta do after high school. Well, I remember when I was after high school, I went to college, and she kept talking about college and what we should do and how we should prepare to college. It was fucking making me fall asleep. I don't care, I'm not even going to college, so therefore, I don't even give a fuck. It was so boring, I don't fucking care. And then later, we had to write an essay and shit. We had to write a fucking essay and shit. I have some of it on paper. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah, but yeah, we had to do not an essay. We had to write a letter to the teacher about ourselves, like what our hobbies are and shit. And that I had no problem with. But that's all we did for the rest of that class. And then I went to lunch. Lunch was the worst. Oh my god, that was one of the worst. I don't like my lunch period this year. None of my friends are in that class. I have a hard time socializing with other people, making friends. Well, a couple, well, no, none of my friends that were there, actually. I thought they were, but none. They weren't. And so none of my friends were there, so I was sitting alone. I mean, I was sitting at a table all alone. I mean, there were two other people sitting at my table, these two black girls or something, at the other end of the table just talking to each other, and I was just like sitting on the other side of the table just all alone, nobody to talk to. It was so boring. It was sad, it was boring, it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing looking all alone. I have to deal with that for the rest of the year. Who knows? Maybe I'll just I'm maybe kind of thinking about switching my lunch. I might think about doing that. My friend, my friend Ricky has lunch, the lunch after mine, and I want to switch to that one. And maybe I'll do it. Hopefully I get switched. But yeah, I was lonely, and then it was so boring and embarrassing. And it was sad too. And they were playing that stupid "Hey There Delilah" song. It was sad. It was really depressing, and oh, I felt really depressed and sad and shit. Being all lonely and shit. Nobody to talk to, nobody wanting to talk to me and shit. Fuck it. And then after that, we went to stupid study hall in this one room. And then obviously the teacher kept talking about the rules and shit. Okay. And then he mispronounced my name. He was saying, when he was doing attendance, this happened a lot of my classes today. A lot of the teachers kept mispronouncing my names. Like, fucking get my name right. They were calling me Stefan. It's Steven. God, it's embarrassing. One time when a substitute was introducing my name a few years ago, the teacher accidentally called me Stephanie. Do I look like Stephanie? I'm not a girl. Does it look like there's an I-E at the end? No. Learn to fucking read. And everybody laughed at me. It was embarrassing. I was pissed off. But yeah, he kept calling me. Teachers kept mispronouncing my name, calling me Stefan. I had to correct them, and everybody was like staring at me. I don't know. I hate getting my name mispronounced. But And he's like, okay, it may take a few weeks for me to get your name right, because there's a lot of people and he can't remember everybody's fucking name. And yeah, that's all we did. All he did was explain the rules. No fucking eating or drinking. No drinking soda. You could drink water, but no pop, because if it spills, it'll make a sticky mess. Water, it's easy to clean up. Blah, blah, blah. Keep quiet, or else I'll write you a referral. There were not enough chairs in that class. Luckily, I got a seat, but there were some people who didn't get a seat. They couldn't sit down at all. They couldn't sit down at all. They were just sitting there. They were just standing there the entire 20 or 30 minutes of the fucking study hall. Yeah, and then getting out of study hall was the worst. It was crowded. Usually, because it's by the lunchrooms, usually when people get out of lunch, it's so fucking crowded. In the study halls, too. I was getting out of lunch in study hall. I had to go, the next class I would go to, which was gym, it was all the way on the other side of the fucking school. And once I was getting out, it was so crowded. So many people. It's like fucking, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It was so fucking crowded and shit. It was so crowded. I couldn't even move because it was that crowded. And then all of a sudden the bell rang. I was late for my gym class. I wasn't even halfway there and it rang because the fucking slow ass people, too many people crowding and too many slow ass people in my way. All they're doing is fucking, you know, they were just hugging each other. Oh my god, I haven't seen you in a long time! Go! Don't hug! God! That's what they were doing. And then I went to gym. It was horrible. I mean, all he did was, oh, okay, I'm taking attendance. We didn't dress or do any activities. We just went on the top of the gym in the bleachers and sat, get to know the teacher, and he got to know us. And all he did was take attendance and explain what we're doing the gym year and the rules and shit. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we had to do a bus evacuation. You know, where you get into a bus, and every year we do a bus evacuation. We have to get on a bus and practice what to do if there's like an emergency on the bus, and I hate those. We had to do that on the first day of school last year too. In my gym class as well. We had to do a bus evacuation. So I had to sit on the bus. The bus lady kept on explaining the rules. Like, shut the fuck up. I know what to do. I learned about this billions of times. You don't gotta we already know. Because nobody even cares anyway. I don't care. I don't know. Fucking, oh, she's trying to teach us safety, but still. And then we did the bus evacuation, then got back in the gym, waited to go to my next class, which was math, which was horrible. There was a lot of people in my math class and shit I don't fucking like. I know I'm not even gonna like. There's some of them I don't even like, and some of them, like new freshman students, I don't even know, and I don't even think I'm gonna like them. I don't know. And we had to do this game to get to know each other. You know what we had to do? We had to get up. We had to talk to other people, like, to get to know each other with this assignment. I got it. Hang on. Here. 2 fucking sheets. The first one. It's a human bingo. We had to, get up. And we had to let all the people in the class, other students in the class, sign my initial their paper of which one relates to them and shit. I had to get up and talk to other people. I was in the mood too. And then we gotta do this another one as well. This one is who's in the class. And this one there's last stupid questions. Like find someone who relates or does all of this. And like, for example, find someone who likes pizza with anchovies. If somebody likes pizza with anchovies, they would sign their name. And I would sign my name on something that relates to me, which barely anything related to me. And There were some stupid ones I didn't even sign. All the good ones were taken, and there's one thinks that the Boston Red Sox will win the World Series. They're not going to win the World Series. They suck this year. They won it last year, but they suck this year. They're not going to win it again. Sorry. I didn't signature that one. And then there's one person, he got all his fucking things signatured except for one. One blank, one left, and I had to answer that one. That one was believes in Santa or the Tooth Fairy. I don't believe in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. I don't believe in that shit. And the person made me fucking sign that one. Like, saying that means that I like Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. I believe in that. I don't believe in that shit. That's stupid, fake, make-believe little kid shit. Fuck! All the questions in that stupid thing were so fucking stupid. And really stupid questions. Blank likes pizza with anchovies. Blank enjoys watching soccer. Knows what a metaphor is. Thinks the Red Sox will win the World Series. Isn't good at writing. None of these relate to me. Only maybe one. And they were taken already. Believes Santa or the Tooth Fairy. Who the hell believes in Santa Claus and the fucking Tooth Fairy? You gotta be fucking. That's only babies believe in that shit. Fuck, stupid questions. Owns an iPod. Is scared of airplanes. I'm scared of airplanes, but that was the only one that was true to me. But that one was always fucking taken and shit. That one was always taken. So I couldn't sign that one. The math teacher just asked us questions. He made everybody talk, introduce ourselves and what we did over the summer and what we like in front of the whole class and shit. I said that I like hockey and shit, and I just played hockey and slept over the summer. And everybody's staring at me. And then I just went to my last class of the day, which was game development. Had this teacher last year too. That class was actually the best class out of all of it. I actually had a lot of my friends in that class, which was pretty good. I was talking to a lot of my friends in that class and shit. All we were doing is stupid syllabuses. Syllabuses are stupid. That's another thing I forgot to mention. A lot of my class, we had stupid syllabuses and shit. Like, oh, these are the rules. Do not drink beer in the class. Do not swear, or you'll get a detention. Shut the fuck up, that shit. It's just a word. Besides, fuck. Do not break any of the materials, or you'll get a detention. You'll be responsible. Fuck. Hate syllabuses and shit. We already know the rules. Don't mess anything up. We know. Other than that, all we did in that game class was just talk about what we're doing the year and that shit, and gonna do maybe some interesting stuff in that class. But other than that, the day ended. I got on the bus. This biracial girl sat next to me, making me uncomfortable. Every time she sits next to me, I get all uncomfortable. She's sort of weird, but well, she's not. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. So back to school tomorrow, but at least it's Friday. I have to go through all those stupid classes tomorrow, but at least it's Friday. We're not doing gym activities again tomorrow, which is good. But yeah, till next time, it's your boy Steve. See ya, goodbye, and yeah, bye.